up this morning and I pray to the Most High. The sun is shining so bright. I'm blessed to live this life. Yahawashi. Blessed be Yahawah. Blessed be Yahawashi.
Shalawam.
Shalawam.
Welcome to the Helpmeets Hangout. Hey, because this is where the Helpmeets Hangout.
Welcome to the Helpmeets Hangout.
Hey.
This is where the Helpmeets Hangout. And this is where we hang out, and this is where we be at, and this is where we pull out the Bible and the precepts. That's all I got for today. Coming up with some more lines soon.
Nice. Oh, praises to the Most High. Hey, Bree.
Seriously.
She just wanted to say hi too. How are sisters doing through the spirit? How well sisters are doing well. Y'all had a beautiful Sabbath.
You sound so low.
Why?
Talk up.
Speaking, most High Will and sisters had a good Sabbath and, got much needed rest. Most High Will and y'all were able to endure through last week, and most High Will and y'all liked last episode. Also, down below, if sisters could, if it's any points or topics that y'all want us to talk about, let us know. Feel free to email us or inbox us on Instagram to let us know what other topics sisters might want to talk about. But I'm Pastor Abarriyah and Sister Brielle.
Hey y'all. Hey girl, hey. Kick it out with the foundation, the founday day. Y'all thought I was not gonna call it that. I am the founday day. 1 Peter 4:11. Say it, baby. If any man speak, let him speak as the oracles of Yahawah. If any man minister, let him do it as of the ability which Yahawah giveth. That Yahawah in all things may be glorified. The Yahawah Hamashiach, to whom we praise the men forever and ever. Amen. So, I'm going to speak the oracles of the Most High. We're not on here to speak out of our own belly, but to speak those things that are pleasing inside of the Most High. And whatever that we do, want to glorify Bahasham because it is only His ability that we're able to do it, able to do anything. So come on, more willing sisters are doing well through the spirit. We back and we back and we back and we back with another episode. I'll praise the Most High. Drop the mic.
Not drop the mic. So today we're going to be talking about letting nothing keep you from the Lord. And making sure that you do all that you can to make your calling and election sure. So many things going on out here. We have our day-to-day lives. We have rumors of wars. We have, sisters have been talking about just being girded up through the spirit a lot lately, which is a beautiful, beautiful reminder in the midst of the middle of, just our in general exhortation. Just to be prepared for those times to come and prophecies being fulfilled. So today we just wanted to make sure, we tap into that as well. So come on, let nothing keep you from the Lord, okay? And I want to start off with this precept that I kind of thought about as this was a topic. I'm on the wrong one. It's Romans chapter 8. And I'm going to read verse 35, and I'm going to also read verse 38 and 39. It says, who shall separate us from the love of Christ? Shall tribulation or distress or persecution or famine or nakedness or peril or sword? Verse 38 and verse 39 says, For I am persuaded that neither death nor life, nor angels nor principalities, nor powers, nor present things, things present, nor things to come, nor height nor depth, nor any other creature shall be able to separate us from the love of God, which is in Hamashiach Yahawashi, our Lord. So, um, it's so many different points that you can touch on in this. Um, I had a couple thoughts, and Sister Abarriyah had a take on this as well. So I'm gonna let her expound on, you know, what her take on this topic was.
My take on this topic, let nothing keeping you from the Most High, was more so geared to, cutting out distractions and letting nothing get in the way of your salvation. And so I want to read these two precepts. Yeah, these chips so good. Oh my goodness, they so spicy though. Philippians 2. Ooh, they so spicy. Philippians 2 and 12. You can hear me good.
Con,
Wherefore, my beloved brethren, so like, wherefore, my beloved, as you have always obeyed, not as in my presence only, but now much more in my salvation. Hold on. Not as in my presence only, but now much more in my absence. Work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. So we want to work out our own salvation with fear and trembling, man. We want to work out our own salvation. And that means, not letting anything or anybody get in the way of your salvation. Not letting anything or anybody get in the way of your salvation, because we have to stand before the Most High. Every single one of us. We're not going to be in a group together. We're all going to have to answer for our actions, our works. Um, and I think that's something that we should remember. I want to read 1 Peter 2 and 10. Um, no, 2 Peter 1 and 10. So like, yeah. Wherefore, the rather, brethren, give diligence to make your call and election sure. For if you do these things, you shall never fail. So we want to be diligent in making the call and election sure. Being diligent in our works, being diligent in whatever lot the Most High placed us in, being diligent with our life now. So Most High willing, we can make sure our call and election is sure, as the scripture say. And so that's my take on this episode, and I'm excited to get into it, because I know, man, Lily was just talking the other day. You know, we think not women, as women and wives and mothers. So like, yeah. Of course, our ministry is to our husbands, to our families, and things like that. But our ministry is also of course, we do those things to the Lord, but our ministry, first and foremost, is also that personal relationship with the Most High. And I think a lot of us get caught up in our lives and what we have going on and all these kids we got, or, with our marriage and everything else you got going on with school and work and blase, 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 et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, that we forget to, hone in on spending time with the Most High, and keeping the Most High the most important person and thing in our life. And we don't want to get caught up in everything else, and we kind of put the Most High on the back burner, because let me just read this. I know I've read this before. 2 Corinthians 5 and 10. For we must all appear before the judgment seat of Christ, that everyone may receive the things done in his body according to that he have done, whether it be good or bad. So we all have to stand before the judgment seat of Christ. So it's important that, Most High willing, we're able to hear, well done, my good and faithful servant. But we won't be able to endure into the end, or hear those things, if we're not casting away distractions, if we're not, not letting anything get in the way of us in the Most High. So that was my take on it.
and that's real beautiful. It made me think about a couple precepts while you were talking, but also like a couple points. Me and my grandmother, we were talking the other day, and we were just talking about how people make time for what they want to make time for. Like, if you really feel like, you want to take time to learn a craft or a skill, like I'm learning how to crochet. So it's like I made time for that. Like, you have to make time to be built up through the spirit, so that when those times come, when prophecy is unfolding, you're like, okay, boom, this is what's going on. I know what's going on. I know get
You broke
closer
up.
with the Most High. Say it again.
You broke up.
What part didn't you hear?
The last part about you was talking about crocheting.
Um, I think I was more so saying just you make time for what you want to make time for. So if you want to be built up through the spirit, you got to take time to be built up through the spirit, so that when things are unfolding, you know how to handle certain matters, and you're not allowing those things to, you know, have your mind going astray. You get what I'm saying? So it helps you keep your focus. When precepts can just flow to your mind, and the more that you're involved in these things, the more you make time to pray, fast, study, meditate in the word, the more it's going to be on your spirit, so that nothing can take your focus away, so you're not being afraid. Because why? We know the Lord didn't give us the spirit to be that way, um, or confused. The Lord is not of confusion. It's just certain precepts that will come to your mind when you start thinking about certain things. The more that you make time to um, draw closer to the Most High. But I had this James 4:8. It says, "Draw nigh to God, and He will draw nigh to you. Cleanse your hands, ye sinners, and purify your hearts, ye double-minded." So it just helps you, when you wanna yearn for the wisdom of the Lord. He's going to try you, but little by little, he'll reveal those wisdoms unto you, so that you know how to, okay, this is what I need to do. Right now, I need to seek the Lord. Right now, I need to pray. Right now, I need to fast. Right now, I need to, you just know how to handle certain matters to help you make your calling and election sure. And then the other precept I had was in First Thessalonians chapter 4 and verse I'm gonna read 10 and 11. It says, "And indeed ye do it toward all brethren which are in all Macedonia. But we beseech you, brethren, that ye increase more and more, and that ye study to be quiet, and to do your own business, and to work with your hands as we commanded you." So our own business is the Lord's business. We're supposed to be about our Father's business. And it says that you increase more and more. You increase more and more in the wisdom of the Lord. Like Sister Vera was saying, like sometimes we can get caught up in our wifely duties, or if your motherhood and things like that, or your job, or if you're a student and things like that. Those things like overtake you. But like I said, you got to make time for the Lord. You have to. It's a must. It's no other way to increase. If you don't want to stay in that same stagnant place, that, or the same level of knowledge and understanding that you had when you first came into this truth, then you got to make time for the Lord. You got to, like the sister was saying, cut out the distractions. So I think that's what I had to add on to that.
So I got two questions I want to propose to sister. So the first one is, and me and sister y'all and I did a video about this yesterday on the Sabbath. So Lord willing, sisters yeah, can go check it out. Going into, falling out of love with this truth, and getting back in love with the Most High in this truth, which is cutting out distractions. One of the things to do, cutting out distractions. So here's my question that I want to ask sisters: how do you make time to read? How do you make time to pray? Because some might say, well, I'm busy and I don't have time. And I'ma say we got time for everything else.
Mm-hmm.
We got time for everything else. We got time to pick up our phone. We got time to text people, to call people. We got time to watch TV. We got time to go to the grocery store. We got time to make sure we got what we need in this carnal physical world. Make sure we got the fridge full. We make sure we paying the bills. Even though they might be late, you making sure you got to write them down. You're keeping up with that stuff. You're keeping up with everything that you got to do to make it in this life. But when it comes to keeping up with your spirit, oh, you just don't got time for that. I think it's one of those things where excuses are like belly buttons. We all got them. So, and that's why we're talking about this. Let nothing keep you from the Lord, because you got time. You make time for what you want to make time for. Let's be real. Let's be real. Let's self-examine here. Let's be real. We ain't gonna beat around the bush. You got time. You got time. You could wake up early if you wanted to make sure you read before you start your day. Because honestly, what helps me personally, I know once I get up and get my day started, I'm gonna be so busy throughout the day. And now, of course, like right now, I'm in a season that's not as busy. But my past seasons, once I got up, I was so busy throughout the day. So what helps me is starting my day off in the Word, starting my day off with reading, starting my day off with saying a prayer, of course. So that way, because I knew I wasn't gonna have time no more throughout the day. So if we are that busy, then start your day off with reading, say a couple prayers throughout the day if you can, um, and try to close your night off with the Most High as well. When you sat down and relax to wind down, but we make time for what we want to make time for. We definitely do. We make sure we have all of our pleasures in the flesh satisfied. We satisfying every pleasure in the flesh. Oh, I'm craving ice cream. Oh, I'm craving this. Oh, I got to
I was
taste
about to say that. You made sure you got that wine.
right. Make sure you got that yan yan.
God.
All of those things. You made sure you got everything else, but you forgot the most important thing. Taking care of your spirit. So we don't want to put the Most High on the back burner and make him feel like he's not important, because the Most High has feelings. He has feelings, and we got to let go of those things that are in our way, because in that day, it's not gonna be no more excuses.
You ain't gonna
Oh
have the
Lord,
luxury.
Lord, nope. And you're not finna be grouped up with your family. You're
Nope.
not finna be grouped up with your husband, and then you like, I mean, me and my husband, we didn't really read that much, so I stopped reading. Or
That.
it doesn't matter what anybody, and we're gonna touch on that too. I know the sister Lily is, how to make sure you keeping the Most High first, and not letting anybody or anything get in the way of the Most High when you got all these distractions around you, all these people around you that are not doing what they should be doing, which is keeping the commandments of the Most High God. Because you cannot blame anybody. I'm sorry, you cannot, regardless of what we're going through, you cannot blame anybody else or your circumstances with your relationship on the Most High. Your relationship with the Most High doesn't factor on circumstances. That should be a non-changing thing, having that relation with the Most High. So that's what I wanted to say on that.
I was gonna say a few tips for me. If I can't get my reading done in the morning, because I usually sometimes I work out before I go to work, so I just do 45 minutes on the treadmill. I just walk. Okay? I don't do nothing extra super fancy and lifting weights and all that extra stuff. That's not the season I'm in. The season I'm in is give myself no excuse not to do it. So I just walk 45 minutes on the treadmill, and I put on an exhortation video. I put it on. I watch IUIC in the morning. It's like Daily Bread. They have Daily Breads early in the morning, because I'll be up at they be up early as 7 o'clock in the morning doing classes. I'm pretty sure whatever camp you're with, or your husband allows you to watch, or whatever your husband allows you to watch, or if it's something, a camp or a school that you like through the spirit, tune into it. There's no reason why you can't turn it on and listen to it and meditate on those precepts and then go back through it when you're on your lunch break. Only get a 15-minute break at work. I take my Bible with me, or if I don't have my Bible, I have something I can read. You can read. I read for 15 minutes on my lunch break. You can read. You could get at least 3 chapters in 15 minutes or more, depending on what you're reading. So, I mean, then you can follow up with notes, but you can listen to things that help you stay in the spirit. You can watch a video. You can actually read. So, or, you can just do a self examination. So, yeah, the things that you need to work on, the things that you've been struggling on. You could take time to sit down and write out a prayer, or see what prayer Sister Abarriyah has posted for the day and pray that. Um, Ask sisters to send you stuff, that's okay, that that you can watch through the spirit. If you're married, of course, that your husband is okay with you watching or listening to or whatever. But it's so many different things that you can do. They got little Bible games that you can play that you can download on your phone that help you with learning accounts and precepts.
Yep.
There's so many different things that you can do. So Sister Abarriyah has the work the sharpen your sword trivia workbook. You can order that and that'll help you. But it's so many different things that you can do to stay in the spirit, and it's no excuse because when you think about it, okay, of course, on the days when sisters fast, we're not eating, but we're still feeding our spirit. Like, we don't live by food alone, we live by this word too. So when you think about your spiritual body, if you're not doing these things and you're not feeding your spirit, you are spiritually, and this is a trigger warning for people that dealt with this spirit before, anorexic. Like, you're spiritually starving. Like, you're starving yourself. Your spiritual body is famished and depleted and weak, and you wonder why you're struggling when you
Wonder why
have
you
the
keep
tools.
overcoming that spirit.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say, when you continuously dealing with the same spirit over and over again, baby, you gotta do something different. The definition of insanity is doing something over and over again in the same exact way and expecting a different result. You're not doing anything differently. So you gotta kind of change things up through the spirit. All praise to the Most High. Gotta do that.
All
But
praises.
yeah, that's what I do.
All praises. That was beautiful. That was very beautiful. So I'm glad that you brought up what you do because I haven't always read in the morning. That didn't start till I moved to Georgia because I wasn't working as early. When I stayed in Texas, I was a preschool teacher, a lead teacher, and I worked from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. But all first, most of my job was like 5 minutes away. Literally was up the street. Um, and so I tried to get up early, but I'm not an early bird. I tried my best though. Some days I was able to read before work, but most of the time I just played a video or listen to some worship music, or
Hmm.
I tried to make sure my daily exhortation was done. I think that's when I started doing the exhortations on the website. Um, but yeah, and then when I had my lunch break, I had an hour lunch break. So when I had my hour lunch break, that's when I got my reading in and stuff like that. Um, and at first I was so unsure because I was like, dang, like I don't know if I can be sitting down reading while I'm on my break because well, here this is what I did. So let me rephrase it. So we would have a after we came back from taking the kids to lunch, we would come back into the classroom and you put them down for a nap. And they would sleep for like I think they slept for 2 hours, I think. Yeah, they slept for 2 hours. And the first hour I wouldn't have a break. It just depended on the day. But typically maybe I didn't have a break that first hour. So that first hour, of course I had to get my cleaning checklist done. So as long as I got my cleaning checklist done, my manager wasn't worried about what I was doing. I guess that's what I was nervous about. Like, I don't want to say nothing, but they never did. Our person was high. So I made sure my cleaning checklist was done for, the nap time cleaning checklist. And then that's when I read. I got my 3 4 chapters. I got my 3 chapters in, and then I would actually go on my actual break, clock my clocked out break. And sometimes I would listen to a video during that, or I would just kind of chill and eat since I already got my reading in. So that again goes to show like um you make time for what you want to make time for. The brothers that be doing these videos, the cold cuts, that brother, he be on his lunch break, I think, or at the plantation. So it's like we have to use our time wisely. And that trivia workbook that I dropped, I started making that on my lunch break at work. Like I would literally make that while I was on the clock, writing down questions on a notebook paper, and our person most high came to fruition. So it's just like you choose how you want to spend your time, and we're not saying that you can't, relax and things like that, but majority of our time have to be in this word. We can't let school or work or nothing we have going on stop us from being in tune with this word. Like the sister was saying, listening to videos, keeping a video on play. If you got a busy day, okay, play a video on the back, play some scripture readings.
Right. While
Ain't
you
nothing
washing
stopping
those
you.
dishes, while you washing the dishes, while you folding up clothes, put on some exhortation. While shoot, even if you have kids, they got stuff that the kids can watch that's still edifying for you. I mean, even though it's the milk, you still can be edified through the milk. It
Culture
helps you with the
cartoon,
laws. Yeah, I love culture
Judah sketch
cartoons.
animations.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Better Family TV, I believe, or
Oh
Better
yeah,
Day.
better days.
Better day, better day, better day, better day. But yeah,
And there's
y'all,
so
this
many
stuff is
sisters
out
with channels.
here. Then this is what you gotta ask yourself. It's what are you doing? Cause it's out here. We just be making excuses. I'm just being real. We just be making excuses.
Oh, I'm tired. Oh, but you scrolling though. I listen, even sometimes it's okay to take a social media break. It's okay to delete apps off of your phone. When you do a self-examination to be like, okay, I have this thing on my phone on if you have an iPhone, you can do it. I don't know about Androids, but iPhone, it tells you your screen time. I set limits for my screen time on my phone. It tells me when I got 5 minutes left. So, and not only like time limits, like how much I can spend on there, I have a cutoff time for what time it actually like the apps will turn gray, and I think they'll have like a lock on it or something. I don't know. It'll have something on there where it'll tell you it's past your set time or whatever. Do you want to get on there? And then it'll say yes for 1 minute, yes for 15 minutes, or it'll say like except for the whole day or something like that. But I just was like, I don't want to spend my time like that. So it's a lot of things that I have cut out my I was gonna say cut out my diet. I
Your
mean, it's still
spiritual
my
diet.
intake, right?
Oh,
I was gonna say it's still my intake. It's certain things that I've learned to just cut out that I've learned for me because everything is not profitable for everybody. Some people know how to, have that app on their phone and be okay. Me, I don't know why I be getting stuck. I was like, oh no, that's why I'm learning how to crochet. Cause I'm like, I can't be scrolling all day. And that stuff, it's really a spirit on there. It make me tired and it drains me to the point where then I don't feel like doing anything else. Or you're not getting things done around the house, or you're just not utilizing your time wisely. So me sitting down to do a self examination, I was like, okay, something got to change. And that for me, that's what worked. So you got to kind of do what works for you. Um, but yeah.
yeah, that stuff put a spirit on you. Like every time I get to scrolling too long, it put a spirit on me. It put a spirit of like just annoyance on me. Like just annoyed. Like I'm just annoyed. And I think it's also because on social media and YouTube Shorts, all you see is other people's life. That's all you see. If you're not feeding yourself with the word and watching videos, all you see is other people's life, what other people got going on, or some stupid quote repost about some quote. It's
Or hearing the same songs over and over and
right.
over
The
again. That is
same
so, I'd
stupid
be like, I don't even
trends.
want to be on here. That's why I'm glad. And then sometimes it's not even you doing it purposely. Like sometimes I get on my phone and I'll click in this like out of habit. Like you'll just click to something, but since I logged out or I deleted them, like it's not there anymore for me to just click. So when I click on it and don't nothing pop up, I'll be like, oh dang, I ain't supposed to be on here anyway. Like all praises. So
And
make
you got to
time for
set
your
boundaries.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say make time and kind of search out the things that that you need to cut out. Do that self examination. Make time to self examine too, because that'll help you and tell you and show you, what you need to work on. Okay.
Come, I agree. I agree. Yeah. It makes me think of this. Sirach 37:27. My son, prove thy soul in thy life and see what is evil for it, and give not that unto it. For all things are not profitable for all men, neither hath every soul pleasure in everything. You know what's evil for you. Don't give that into it. Let's go to 2 Corinthians 13:5. Examine yourselves whether you be in the faith. Prove your own selves. Know ye not your own selves, how that Yahawashi is in you, except ye be reprobates. So, Paul saying, you know yourself. You know yourself. You know what you give too much of your time to. You know how you can be better. You know how you can implement a better routine. You know how you can spend your time more wisely. You know. You just got to fight that flesh. It's really just denying yourself. It's really just denying yourself and resisting your flesh and not always feeling like you have to satisfy your the that you have to satisfy the pleasures of your flesh, because this walk is about denying ourselves. This walk is about sacrifices. This is Mark 8 and um 34. And when he had called the people unto him with his disciples also, he said unto them, whosoever will come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross and follow me. So following Yahawashi, being a follower, a servant of Christ, we have to deny ourselves. Sometimes we gotta deny ourselves that good time. Sometimes we gotta deny ourselves that pleasure. Sometimes we gotta deny ourselves extra TV time, extra social media time, and spend more time in the word and with the Most High. Because you can't let these carnal things get in the way and separate you from the love of the Most High, because all these things are gonna pass away and it's gonna be left with our spirit. So, and what does your spirit have? Do you have good works? You got good fruit? So that's something that I wanted to say. But kind, man, we make time for what we want to make time for. We got to stop making excuses and get right where we can. I don't know if y'all seen Sister Susanna video she just dropped, but y'all need to go watch it. She had an end times dreams called End Times Dream. Will you be a martyr for the Most High? And so these times are coming. You know, if nobody told you, but we're coming into some crazy times. And we want to be protected in that day, Most High willing. In that day, Most High willing, we want the Most High to be with us, giving us strength. But the Most High, how he gonna be with us in that day? We haven't even been seeking him right now. How are we gonna remember the precepts in that day if we're not even reading and studying right now? We have to seek the Most High now and not wait and not tarry. That's Sirach 5 and 7. Don't wait. It's gonna be too late.
Make no
Sirach 5 and
and
7.
turn to the Lord.
Make no tear and turn to the Lord and put it off from day to day. For suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed and perish in the day of vengeance. Okay. Make no tear and turn to the Lord, seek him while he may be found, and call upon him while he is near.
It said in your comfort, in your security, when you're comfortable. Like, don't get lax. Don't think, okay, I've done all that I can do. No, you could do a little bit more. Push yourself a little bit more. Okay, I read one extra verse. No, read one extra chapter. You got this. You can do it. You can push it. You can squeeze it in. And I'm talking to myself too. You can squeeze it in. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I just been learning to, and it's a form of love for yourself as well when you. Okay, bring it out, girl. It's a form of love for yourself, because I feel like we were talking about earlier, how we do all these other parts of our ministry, and what ministry just means is to serve, our ministry to our husband or our children, or just the body in general, for our nation. Take care of you. Take care of your spirit. Pour into yourself the same way that you're pouring into others, the same way that you make time for others. Take time for yourself too. And this is a part of your self-care. Caring for yourself. This is how you care for yourself. This is how you care for your spirit. And I told a sister, I was talking to one of my sisters in my camp, and I was telling her I don't have no choice but to do this. Cause if not, I ain't gonna be in the right spirit. I don't have no choice. And guess what? I don't have time for that old woman to be popping up. I don't. Cause she was a mess, a hot mess. Okay. And every now and then she be trying to be like,
hey girl, you miss me
over here, right?
You miss me.
We don't have no parts. Okay. I don't deal with dead bodies.
Okay, that old woman gonna lead us to destruction. You need to put her to rest.
Okay.
That old woman looks like old habits, old ways of thinking. You constantly doing the same thing. You're not gonna get a. Y'all need to go watch. Y'all need to watch all our episodes. Okay.
All praises.
Old habits don't yield new results.
It doesn't.
You still in that season, still struggling with that spirit because you ain't learned your lesson.
Okay.
You still doing the same thing.
God.
Tell them get it together, Bree. Tell all of us to get it together.
Go ahead, tell us about ourselves, ma'am. But Con, I was watching this video. One of the Daily Breads that I told y'all I'd be watching. I think it was a Daily Bread, but anywho, the video was called "Getting." It was called like "Grow." So the acronym was "Grow." Getting rid of. I think it was getting rid of old ways or something like that. No, growth. It was growth. Okay, getting rid of getting rid of old ways through habits. So basically he was saying like you got to get rid of your old ways through new fresh habits. You have to learn how to develop better habits, you know. um and I was talking to a sister about how I don't want the same I don't want the same old problems. But if you got the same old problems, because you're doing the same old things. So you got to get rid of old ways through new habits, through fresh habits, through praying, through fasting, through studying, and kill off that old woman. But and that'll definitely help you not be idle through the spirit, you know. So but
I got a precept.
Oh, go ahead.
Bless you, boo boo. Proverbs 26:11. As a dog returns to his vomit, so a fool returns to his folly. We can't be turning back to our folly and turning back to our vomit like a dog. We can't do that.
Yeah.
Can't do that. Can't do that. I'm so sleepy.
Wake up.
Rebuke me.
Okay. Wake up, sister. Because so my take on letting nothing keep you from the Lord. My take on this was when others around you aren't in the spirit. So not only not in the spirit as far as like attitude, because I think I was going through something at work and this lady was out the spirit and I was just like, bring it back. Like I didn't want that old woman to be like, so I had to bring it back, and
the old woman's gonna knock on your door. You need my help.
okay, no, and I don't. Girl, go sit down. Shoot, me and the Lord got this.
Okay.
So things like that, like your actions could lead you to doing something that's contrary to what the Lord is telling you to be and how to be. So that's what I was thinking about as well. But not only others around you not being in the spirit in that manner, but also in keeping these law, statutes, and commandments. I was just now, I asked Sister Abarriyah, what was that? I texted you yesterday about the concert.
Yesterday.
Okay, it's a concert. And, I'm like, I know I'm right through the spirit, but it was other people just saying contrary stuff. So I'm just like, I'm not going to that because it's on the Sabbath. Like I'm not doing that. So it made me think about a couple scenarios in the word where the Lord tell you to do something and you don't do it because you're listening to other people. You can't let the voices of other people allow you to be led astray.
Hello.
You can't. Okay. I was about to say we need some. Okay. Like you can't be led astray. Don't be confused. Don't be confounded. You don't have to question anything that's causing you confusion, baby. That is not of the Lord. You know in your heart of hearts what you're supposed to do. You know through your spirit what you're supposed to do. So don't let anything or anybody distract you from keeping these laws and doing what you're supposed to do. And I'm gonna read some of this message that I sent to them. Okay, she said ding 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 ding. Okay, I said this is what I said. I said, so anytime I'm not sure about something, I just don't do it to remove any confusion from myself, because the Lord isn't of confusion. Something I'm confident in, I know for certain that it's a go. But when I have to start questioning things for multiple days or periods of time, it gets to be overwhelming for me. So I'm just going to go with my first mind. Even though I would love to go and have a great time, I choose to honor the Lord before anything or anyone, even myself. So you got to stand for something, or you're going to fall for anything. Okay? You're going to cave in every time. You can't let people around you keep you from making sure you do all you can do to make your calling and election sure. That's fighting. That's fighting. Ready, fight.
Okay.
No, for real. Because people are trying to play you out of pocket, and then be like, "Well, you was out with us last time on the Sabbath, or you wasn't wearing them fringes last time, or last time you was getting bucked with that." They'll bring it up. They'll bring it up to you. They'll bring it up to you later and talk
Yep.
about you. I thought she was an Israelite. I thought they supposed to be keeping the commandments. That's a part of the distractions. You letting people come in and distract you from what you know you're supposed to be doing. Can't do that. Okay, you can't have that. We got to be tuned into the spirit. If it was a radio station, it'll be 144 AM or FM, whatever. You know what I'm trying to say. But yeah, you gotta tune
Hold on,
in.
let me
You gotta tune into the spirit.
hold on. Plug in
That's
my
okay. Fine. We're gonna keep this thing rolling. But yeah, you gotta choose this day. Oh, let me get that precept. I'm gonna get that precept break quick.
sis bringing it out.
You gotta choose who you gonna serve. All right, this Joshua 24:15. It says, "And if it seem evil unto you to serve the Lord, choose you this day whom ye will serve, whether the gods which your fathers served that were on the other side of the flood, or the gods of the Amorites in whose land ye dwell. But as for me and my house," hold on, I don't know if y'all can even see that up there. That's what I got on my wall up there. "As for
We do
me and
too.
my house,
We will
we are
serve
going
the
to serve the
Lord.
Lord." Okay? I don't play that. I don't play that. Okay? It say my husband, say, your husband and your homegirls and your sisters and your mama and your granny. They be like, "I don't know why you ain't go to that concert. I don't know why you ain't da 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 da. You should have went and had a good time and blah 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 blah." And you listen to them and you
You
follow
will never
after
get out the
you
house.
follow
All you do is
right.
work and take care of the house. You do everything your husband tell you to do. Why
Tomorrow's
you
not
can't go out and
promised.
have a good time?
Tomorrow's not promised. You never know what's gonna happen. Well, if tomorrow ain't, but that's okay. That's okay. That it wasn't meant for it. That mean it wasn't meant for me to go. It wasn't for me. I keep telling y'all, Acts chapter 5, when that lady followed after her husband to do all sorts of madness and evilness, and then had to confess it. And what happened to her? She died. Just because people say, yeah, the Lord said no, so you ain't supposed to be doing it. So you're supposed to be tuned in and tapped in with the Most High. We ought to obey the Lord rather than man. I think I kind of went on a tangent just now, but
Girl, that's okay. It was a mighty one. Hey, it was well needed. Hold on, let me get the sound effects. Hold on.
Okay.
Hey, that was well needed. That was well needed through the spirit.
Hey man.
Look, here's the thing, y'all. You don't let Satan get to you through other people. That's just
Mm-hmm.
Satan. You're not doing what you're supposed to do because Satan. Don't Satan look, don't be ignorant of Satan devices. That's
Mm.
one of his devices, using people to get to you. Thieves
especially
don't break
those in
into
the truth.
empty houses. Satan attacks because he knows that you have something valuable. And he knows that if he can get you off track and off course, he can snatch you just like that. Don't be ignorant of Satan devices. Do not be ignorant of Satan devices. We got to stay focused, man. Especially with the times we in, we got to stay focused on the Most High Yahawashi Shai, and we ought to obey it, God rather than men. We obeying the Most High God over man. It's what the Most High said. So when people around you don't agree with your lifestyle choices of keeping the commandments of the Most High God, when they're talking about you or they're trying to get you to do something else, don't be ignorant. I rebuke you in the name of Bahasham. Don't be ignorant of that because shh. Let me get this. You can't let nobody get in the way of your salvation. This is Sirach 4:22. Accept no person against thy soul, and let not the reverence of any man cause thee to fall. Jeremiah 2:33. Why trimmest thou way to seek love? Therefore hast thou also taught the wicked ones thy ways. Why are you trimming your ways to seek love? Why are you not fearing the Most High or doing what you normally would do to seek love, to seek vainglory, to seek a hand clap?
Just to say, oh girl, we had a good time.
Right. In another translation, do not let others have their way at your expense. Do not bring on your own ruin by giving up your rights. That's Sirach 4:22. Don't bring on your own ruin and destruction by giving up your morals and your values. By giving up what you should be holding near and dear to your heart, which is these laws, statutes, commandments, keeping them as an apple of your eye. Don't let the love and respect you got for somebody cause you to fall, cause you to go off because you just want to hear, just because you want to be liked. Don't do that. And when people around
being
you,
pleasers of men,
right? If we pleases of men, we can't serve. If we please a man, we can't be the servant of Christ. That's Galatians 1:10. And if the people around us are not in the spirit, we can't let that throw us off course. We got to recognize Satan devices. Okay, I see you. I see. My husband told me, mark that spirit. Let that spirit know that you see it. I see you. I'm going to rebuke you. You got to confuse that spirit. You can't blame anybody else for your actions because, again, we're going to have to stand before the judgment seat of Christ. And when we get judged and asked these things, we can't be like, oh, well, this person did this and this person did. What I'm talking about, what you did. What did you do? You got to work out your own salvation. You can't let the love and respect you got for people or the things you want to do cause you to transgress the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High God. Because this is what's most important.
Baby,
we got to fear the Most High enough.
Spot.
Exactly. We got to be fear the Most High enough where we like, I'm not going to play with y'all. Because I got something for the Most High. I'm not going to be letting you get me out the spirit. I'm not going to be going off, breaking the Sabbath, not doing what I'm supposed to do because I want to hang out, kick it with y'all. Because I want to be friends with you this bad. No. I love you from a distance. You can't let nobody cost you your salvation.
Our foreparents went through much worse things. What they called when they used to call our foreparents Christians, that was a slur. That wasn't no good thing to be called a Christian. But it made me think about 1 Peter 4 and 4. It says, wherein they think it strange that ye run not with them to the same excess of riot, speaking evil of you. It don't matter what they say about you. It don't matter. Why? Because next week it's not even going to be relevant. Maybe tomorrow it's not even going to be relevant. And who cares? It don't even matter. What are the weightier matters? What are the things that are more important? I had Hebrews 11:26 right quick too. 11:26, and this talking about Moses. I'm gonna get right to the point.
Ooh, hush.
Actually, it's 27. No, it's 26. No, it's 25. Sorry, y'all. Hebrews 11:25. It says, choosing rather to suffer affliction with the people of God than to enjoy the pleasures of sin for a season. So we kind of got to be in that same mindset of our foreparents that were striving in righteousness to rather suffer affliction, or people naysayers, or people saying stuff, you know, back backbiting towards you for keeping the laws of the Most High, rather than to enjoy. We only in this flesh but for a moment. You kind of got to endure through those things and remember, like, this is a vapor of time to the Lord. Like, this is nothing. This is like a millisecond. Your life is a vapor to the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
So don't let, just going out here having fun and doing things of the flesh keep you away from, those things that the Lord said were promised to you. You can't get them any other way than the Lord give them to you, by you doing what you're supposed to do, by being blameless, that people have nothing evil to say about you. They don't. It was no evil words spoken of the sister Judith. We are striving to be like that, to be blameless,
Mm.
and not letting these distractions get in our way. Not trying to keep up with the trends, not trying to keep up with the latest dances on TikTok, not trying to keep up with the latest bags and purses and shoes and cars and what they call it, keeping up with the Joneses. We keeping up with Yahawashi and Yahawashi. That's what we're trying to keep up
Mm.
with.
That part.
Okay? For real. But yeah, I think this was mighty, mighty episode. This was really beautiful. And I just pray, sisters, let nothing keep them from the Lord. Please let nothing keep you from the Lord. I don't care it even, Lord, I don't care even if the sister that's the closest to you said it. If the Lord said no, I want y'all to read that account. What do you remember where that account was with the one I told you about? I forgot what book that's in. Is that in the Kings?
I don't know. Let me see.
I forgot where that is.
Let me see.
Cause that account, okay. The Lord told the brother, don't eat anything or don't drink anything. And then it was a brother that said he was a prophet of the Lord, came to that
First
brother.
Corinthians. I mean, First Kings 13.
Okay, yeah. So read that account, y'all. It's certain things like that, like how we were saying, like you got to feed your spirit and make time to read. Like, those are the things that help you discern what to do and what not to do, or how to be or not to be, or how to have the fear of the Lord instilled within you. Because I'm pretty sure if I didn't have certain accounts and the Lord didn't allow me to have the time to make time and read and things like that, I wouldn't have the fear of the Lord on me the way that I do, and I wouldn't move the way that I move. So that's just a testament. That's just a testament, you know, of how it has benefited me to make sure that I make time for the Lord. I put it in my schedule. I have an alarm on my phone to say self reflect, to read. Those are other things that you can do as well. Make yourself alarms, or ask those around you to help remind you, or be ask a sister, can you please check on me, to say, hey sis, how you doing through the spirit, when do you want to fast together, things like that. It's nothing wrong with asking for help as well. So
Um, I'm gonna read the few verses in First Kings 13.
okay.
Um, y'all read the whole account though, but I'm just gonna get straight to the point. Um, First Kings 13. Yeah, just read the whole account. I'm gonna start at 17. For it was said to me by the word of the Lord, thou shalt eat no bread nor drink water there, nor turn again to go by the way that thou camest. He said unto him, I am a prophet also as thou art. And the angel spoke unto me by the word of the Lord, saying, bring him back with thee into thine house, that he may eat bread and drink water. But he lied unto him. So he went back with him and did eat bread in his house and drink water. It came to pass they sat at the table that the word of the Lord came unto the prophet. They brought him back, and he cried unto the man of God that came from Judah, saying, Thus saith the Lord, for as much as thou hast disobeyed the mouth of the Lord, and hast not kept the commandment which the Lord thy God commanded thee, but camest back and hast eaten bread and drunk water in the place of the Lord, of the which the Lord did say to thee, Eat no bread and drink no water, thy carcass shall not come into the sepulchre of thy fathers. And it came to pass after he had eaten bread and after he had drink, that he set up for him the ass to whip for the prophet whom he had brought back. And when he was gone, a lion met him by the way and slew him, and his carcass was cast away. And the ass stood by it. The lion also stood by the carcass.
Hmm.
Wow.
He
It
said
came to
he
that.
lied to him. The Lord could put us. The Lord can say who want to go down and be a lying spirit on this brother and go talk, or on this sister and talk to another sister on what, and you think you getting sound counsel. Lord, child, that's why you it's a sticky it's a sticky roll, it's a sticky bag.
This
What we
second,
say, check your sister circle.
yep. The
Yeah.
second Chronicles 18 and 20. Then there came out a spirit and stood before the Lord. No, it's like, yeah, I'm gonna start at verse 19. Second Chronicles 18 and 19. And the Lord said, Who shall entice Ahab, king of Israel, that he may go up and fall at Ramoth Gilead? And one spake, saying after this manner, and another saying after that manner. Then there came out a spirit and stood before the Lord and said, I will entice him. And the Lord said unto him, Wherewith? And he said, I will go out and be a lying spirit in the mouth of all his prophets. And the Lord said, Thou shalt entice him, and thou shalt also prevail. Go out and do even so.
Mm.
Who want to go trick Abarriyah and get her to go off?
Have you tried my servant?
Have you tried this, sister?
Mm.
Who want to go lie to her? I'm gonna see if she fold and break my commandments. I'm gonna see if
Mm.
she continue to obey me in the hour of temptation. I'm gonna see if she continue to obey me and cut off distractions when everybody around her telling her she should stop doing it.
Mm.
Who want to go out there and tempt her with every temptation in the book and see if she stand 10 toes down and endure.
Let's see if she folds.
Most High be having spirits with these, having conversations like having conversations with these spirits. They don't do nothing without his permission.
Mm.
So, like the sister said, it could be your closest friend. Satan hopping on them. What you gonna do? You gonna do what your friend said because y'all close and you want to disappoint them, or you gonna fear Yahawah rather than man?
Mm.
Because the Most High has eyes everywhere. He's seeing everything. He gonna get up with us for sure. So make sure that you doing what's pleasing inside of the Most High, even behind closed doors.
Mm.
That's Iraq 23 and 18. Y'all, I'm so tired. Oh my goodness, I'm about to go to sleep. Sirach 23:18, a man that breaketh wedlock, saying thus in his heart, Who seeth me? I am compassed about with darkness. The walls cover me, and nobody seeth me. What need I to fear? The Most High will not remember my sins. Such a man only feareth the eyes of men, and knoweth not that the eyes of the Lord are 10,000 times brighter than the sun, beholding all the ways of man, and considering the most secret parts.
Mm. All right. I think the last precept I have for today, and I'm gonna end on this, is First Peter 5 and 8. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour.
Mm,
And with that, right.
mm,
Con, this was mighty. I gotta come back and watch this.
definitely,
I do. I do. I do. I do.
definitely.
This hit a
Well,
lot of points.
I'm gonna definitely have to come back and watch this too. But I hope sisters have a good week. I hope we can strive to do better than we did last week and not take advantage of this grace period. But I love y'all. Carl, how about Shema Shema Kausha? We love y'all and we say
Um,
shalom.
Shalawam.